the treasurer has suggested that we consider signing the deputy Kimberly Gaskell to take over on June 28th, the 29th. Is there a motion for that?
I'll make the motion.
All right, so that is moved by Anidra. Is there a second? I will second it. All right. Discussion.
Taking over on the 28th and going to win.
You can only go till the election.
In the primary?
The law says till the
November.
next election, till the position is filled.
Because in November is going to decide who is the treasurer.
It has to go that way?
Whoever gets appointed, it's that way, till November.
Yes, it is.
The primary doesn't officially decide anything.
So I understand that.
Now, it
That's
does
just a
set
primary.
things in motion, but
That's gonna be the public vote, saying who they'd want to be in there.
yes.
We can't hire an interim for now until August 6th.
You could, and then fire them and hire somebody else. I mean,
Well, I
that's,
mean, at that point, we know what the public says.
yeah.
I think that would be the fair way of doing it, if we're gonna
I
do
love
this.
that
That's a
idea.
good idea.
That's a good idea.
That's a
That's
good
a
way to
great
go.
idea, Jim.
Okay.
You know, I think that's fair, because we have two candidates running. Motion both well. I don't have a preference in either one, I'll be honest, there's no preference. But I think it's the fairest way to do that. We've never done this as a board, in all my time of being in office. Never had to hire someone who has resigned. So it's difficult when we're talking salaries, how you pay salaries, because we're on a salary. Payday is on the 20th. What happens after, until the 28th?
That gets
How-
prorated.
8 days
The
prorated.
prorated?
Yes.
By
8
day
days
or by?
prorated.
Okay. But I've never heard that discussed, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
it's prorated by day?
Yeah, salaries
Yes.
are prorated, yes.
Okay,
Or it's technically by a percentage of the month, because the
yeah,
salary is a
right,
month.
the salary, they've got a certain base on it, and
Yes.
it'll be per day.
Yeah.
Okay, but I like to see it higher temporary, one until August the 6th, August 7th, that's a special meeting, and we go for that way. That's my preference.
All right. Are you moving to amend the motion as presented?
Well, there was no date set at the end.
Correct, so
I'd like to add the, till,
Are
through
you-
January,
are you against
August
the
6th.
amendment of the motion?
I'm not against it, no.
All right.
That would work.
So appointment of new treasurer until the results of the August
elec-
primary?
Yeah,
You can take Kimberly on and keep her as a deputy.
We could, yes.
You could appoint her and she would be working just as the treasurer up until that time.
All right.
Why wouldn't we, conduct interviews of the two folks who are running? And then just, review their applications like Jim and I asked to do with the assessors. There wasn't a group of loud people that prevented the assessors from being hired. We just wanted transparency in public interviews. That's all we were asking there. But why wouldn't we want to do something similar here? And just have transparency, have the two people who are running, I guess if there's others who are chomping at the bit for the job, apply, we review. We have a vote.
Are they both here?
That's a
They
good-
are.
That's a good question. My response is that I would do it to honor the resigning board member's wishes.
of course you
Well,
would.
yeah.
But, so, any other discussions on the motion at hand? It's a good amendment that you did, Joe.
Well, is that something that we could amend the motion to read as well? Or could we change the motion?
Would you be open to that amendment?
No.
Okay, then the answer is no.
Wow, we
All right.
quack, quack.
Any further discussion?
We're
I
just
mean,
not
we've
gonna
amended
entertain
it.
the possibility of.
We have amended the motion to hire an interim treasurer till the results of the August election.
Great. I would just say, could we interview the two candidates before we make that hiring?
No.
Oh, you didn't name? The motion names Kim Gaskell then?
Correct.
Yes. All right, Kimberly, I'm sorry.
Kimberly Gaskell.
Thank you, I'm horrible.
Would it be out of line to hear from two candidates right now?
I think it would.
Why, 'cause she's your neighbor?
It has nothing to do with where my,
Please don't respond to the
Deputy,
cat
yeah,
calling out of
that's
the
correct.
immature crowd that
that
can't
is,
maintain
they're the ones
decorum.
that get me.
We think that it's a fair, you said it was fair, Jim said it was fair, that it would be a fair process to allow for these two folks to apply, to review their applications, to conduct public interviews, to do those things, and then take a vote. If we feel like that's a fair process, why wouldn't we take that road?
I told you, the reason I wouldn't do it is because I'd follow the request of the treasurer that's resigning. Now, I understand what you're saying, and you often present yourself with the alternate path and want us to go, just like on the parking lot stuff. You didn't see the sense in pulling out the sidewalk, you wanna have discussions, all that, on the expansion. And a lot of times you are against what the majority does, but you have been heard. And that's, the motion on the floor is what it is. Any further discussion?
Does the motion have a special meeting for the 7th if it passes? It should encompass that, because it's only through August 6th. There'll be a special meeting on the 7th to appoint.
Well, it wouldn't be a special meeting if we do it by motion, it'd be a regular scheduled meeting.
Okay.
So that, and that can be done at any time.
Okay.
Be a special meeting.
How about the most qualified candidate?
Any further, no further discussions? We'll just move this to a vote. So on the motion at hand to appoint Kimberly Gaskell as the interim treasurer until the results of the August primary, how do you vote, Jim?
Yes.
Crystal?
What? I thought you were gonna hire someone.
No.
Karen cannot vote. Anidra?
Yes.
Terrence is a yes. By 3 to 1 vote.
More dirty pool.
Kimberly Gaskell, should she choose to accept, will assume the position of interim treasurer on,
Well, it's very important
June
that we have a
29th.
treasurer on hand
Yes.
for
Yeah,
all
the
bills.
Not arguing that,
Internship
not arguing
suggested,
that, just asking for a fair process, that
Yeah.
it's not his best friend's wife being appointed.
Yeah, your internship, the idea that you gave.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah, Jeanette
Deputy
quit timing.
Jeanette
for
was 9
All right,
years,
listen.
9 years deputy treasurer, why would
The
we ask her to
discussion's
fill
over.
in? I know.
The next is the resolution setting board review dates. And that letter from the
I don't.
assessor is in this
know.
packet.
I didn't
No.
get the letter from the assessor to set the new board of review dates.
I don't have my phone. Well, then we can't act on it because I don't know what the dates are off the top of my head.
Okay, we can do it at the GAA at the end of the month.
Those are single purpose meetings, I was told, we're not allowed to add anything. That's changed now.
The GAA is,
That's exactly what you told me when I asked to talk about something different last time, and you said they're single purpose meetings.
When you don't have a full quorum, they are definitely single purpose meetings. When you
So
have a
now-
full quorum,
Now we can change
you
the
can
purpose of the
bring
meeting.
in ordinary business.
Okay, Terry.
Right? That's, I don't write rules, that's the rule.
You don't follow the rules either.
And, all right, so since we don't have the dates in front of us, we can't do the resolution except, moving on, MTA annual dues. Which level do we want? Well, this is an addition, Anidra. So this is to approve or not the dues for the MTA, correct?
well, the dues are $7.50. We, in the last couple of years, we bought the premium pass for online education, and nobody is taking advantage of it. So,
We've had,
they,
okay, keep going, I'm sorry to interrupt.
I mean, people have attended live training, but to my knowledge, nobody is taking advantage of the free, unlimited online training where they can take classes in any subject, not just on the board that they belong to. So, you know, the board
Excuse
is-
me,
Yes, sir.
I have.
Okay, Mr. Peters,
I
you
thought, I
have.
thought Crystal had too,
And
yeah.
then
Thank you.
There have been some
Many.
people.
Okay.
All
Several,
right,
several
so-
people.
So, we just, in the past, the board has always voted as to which package we buy, whether it's Essentials Plus or Premium Pass.
Are you advocating for or against?
I think premium pass is a great idea if
Okay.
people are taking advantage of it, yes.
Does the premium pass include the MTA online annual subscription program too? Cause in the letter it says this is a very cost-effective way, we can not avoid travel, lodging expenses, et cetera, for online. Does that include that?
Yeah, the premium pass
Includes
includes
the
everything.
specific
The-
online annual subscription.
Right.
The problem is not all of the classes that are covered at the live are covered
They're not there.
in the online.
Yeah, they're not
They're
there.
not all there.
Hmm.
But yes, I think the premium pass is a great way to go.
Crystal, does it?
How much is the premium pass?
$1,900,
Okay.
which altogether it would be $21,4320 for our membership and,
Right on.
no, it,
You'd have to add the 1,900.
yeah, add the
To the
1,900 to the
$750.
$21,4320, correct.
No, it's 1,900 plus 750.
Plus
750 are our
$750.
dues, 1,900 is the package.
Says annual dues,
700,
top of the page.
750.
So our annual dues are not 750.
All right, are
they're
we all looking at the
2,080.
paper now?
Yeah.
We see right here, line box one,
Where does the
Annual dues.
750 come from then?
2,080.75.
Right.
Then there's a legal defense fund contribution for your total dues of 21,430.
That's
Correct.
optional.
Go
it says.
down. This is all optional. You don't have to be a member of the MTA. You go down and it says members may choose one, premium pass.
Right.
What's that number?
1,900.
And then the plus, what is the plus? Do we know? Do we care?
The plus is $1,000, I have no
Right,
idea
it's a
what it
cost of
includes.
$1,000.
Yeah.
And then the
it's-
essentials, does anybody know that, that's 750?
Correct.
It's essential, but it's not premium. I love how they do this.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
I think
so
they pick and choose what's plus and what's
Yeah,
essential.
send us a blank check.
The need, the
No.
thing that needs to be addressed then is, do we pay the dues to be a part of MTA?
Yes.
I see a consensus of yes, so that's the
Yes.
2143.
Correct.
Does anybody want to continue with the premium pass that we've had? Because some people have used it, and the new board will need it.
Yes.
That's 1,900.
That's 1,900.
1,900.
That encompasses the other two packages. That's what I think it
Yeah,
represents.
Yeah, it's everything.
Yeah, everything's out there.
All right, so now we're looking at the 21,430, 20, $2,143.20 plus the 1,900
Correct.
for $4,043.20, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so is your motion then to approve $4,043.20, 20 cents to join the MTA and purchase the premium pass package?
Yes, sir.
All right, that is the motion made by Anitra. Is there a second on that motion? Or motion? Crystal, Jim, Karen? Karen will second. All right, any further discussion?
Has there been any kind of cost analysis about folks who have completed, whether it's face-to-face or online, and what sort of, what we're getting for that 1,900?
Have you done one?
Have I done a cost analysis? No.
Then I guess the other one hasn't been done.
So let's, the last meeting,
Because you did
SNG
online and
we had,
offline, right?
I don't ask other folks what they do in all the boards. I know what I've completed.
Right. But as a trustee, you're asking, has the board done a cost analysis? And the answer is no, we haven't.
I think the cost of the 4 members that went last 2 weeks ago was excellent. It was a great class, cost-wise, because it was local. And I don't get paid for it. So I put it in the sheet, and I really, you know, so, but I think the training for everybody, I like to see it mandatory.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why you're on a board if we don't wanna take training.
Well, I would agree with that the township board should have a policy that makes that
Yeah,
training
at least.
mandatory.
Attend one class a year or one of the conferences.
On
We
whatever,
need to develop
whether you're
that.
on the planning commission, the ZBA, board of review, all of it.
Yep. Anybody who needs a learning
Deputy,
session.
yeah, I don't disagree. All right, any further discussion? All right, motion at hand is to approve $4,043.20 for MTA membership and the premium pass. Jim?
Yes.
Crystal?
No.
Karen,
Yes.
Anidra,
Yeah.
and Terrence is a yes. Education is always good. So, 4-1, that is approved. What's next on the list?
Okay, about it.
All right, trustee comments. Crystal?
I have a few. I'd like to circle back to some questions that were asked during public comment, specifically to start with Craig's question regarding the trash de-escalator and escalator and why that wasn't a part of the negotiations when we discussed it. That was part of the discussion that we wanted for our residents so that our contract would reflect reductions specifically in gas prices, and there is none of that in there. So I guess I'd like to know why.
Well, as a board member, I believe you were part of the contract negotiations. Can you tell me why you didn't bring it up or advocate for that?
Terry, first of all, that's your job. Second of all, I did call both of them and talk to both of them.
Okay, you did, but here's the process the board developed. The board wanted closed bids. You don't negotiate on a closed bid. So the board adopted accepting closed bids.
There's this
We,
thing called, go
okay,
ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
so the process of closed bids, we got closed bids from several contractors, and the board reviewed them, and they picked one. All right? Now, I've heard that we might not have got the same deal that was gotten 10 years ago. But I don't know anybody anywhere in business that can get the same deal that was 5 years ago today. And it's an interesting, well, but you run out after the flood, Craig, so,
Yeah.
I ran out?
Oh.
What?
so,
The filing deadline was before the flood, sir.
and,
I would like to speak now. I would
Speak
like
away.
to speak. There's this thing that's called supervisor responsibility. There's this thing that's called business. When you are negotiating a contract, that's what you do. Hey, buddy, let's have a conversation. You want my business? Here's what I'd like. Okay, here's how far I can meet you. And then we do this dance. That's your job. That's what you should have done.
It's actually in a bid packet.
and then when you say that, it's not a closed bid anymore.
Supervisor.
So, but anyways, the point is you make it. You want me to say
Okay.
Terry did not negotiate for a
That's-
de-escalator?
I have other things to say. Is that
Okay,
your
go ahead.
answer to my question about why the de-escalator and escalator isn't in there? Because I didn't do
The
it?
answer is because we did a closed bids and we looked at the bids that came and the board voted on them. That's the answer.
Because we know the answer, because Terry
All
didn't
right.
do his job.
I have more to say. I would like to also circle back to another public comment regarding the ZBA postings. These are very important postings. The address needs to be there, the time needs to be there, the date needs to be there. These are people's lives. When we're talking about the McPhersons, this is the Seventh-day Adventist, so when we don't do our job properly, many people's lives in this township are negatively affected. So I would really like us to triple, quadruple, and quintuple check that, because we do not have a good history of posting those
Whose
properly.
job is it on this board to post notices, I'd like to know?
It's mine.
Thank you.
Okay, so the next thing is back to another public comment regarding small groups of loud people to prevent hirings of assessor and the hiring of an interim treasurer. I take high offense to that, and I would like to say publicly why that is. We asked for public interviews for the assessor. That is all that Jim and I asked for. We were not a small group of loud people trying to prevent our township from hiring an assessor. We were asking to see all of the applications that were submitted. We were asking to be a part of that interview and held them publicly. That's all that was. In terms of the interim treasurer, I can't help but think that the collusion that's been going on this board is continuing with that. But we voted on it and it is what it is, but it is not coming from a small group of loud people to prevent things or having any kind of negativity to this township. What we're trying to do when we ask for these things is to prevent self-serving agendas, to try to be transparent with our public, to engage with them. You made it a point to bring legal action against me, but no one brings up the things that you do. They only bring up against when people oppose you. This is a problem.
Like the meeting in the
And-
supervisor's office.
And the FOIA requests, the 99% of those could have been answered very quickly. We did not need to send them all to the lawyer. That was just another
A
Another
week
way
before
to
the
do it.
election.
FOIA requests are a matter of emailing attachments,
Work more
emailing
than 14
attachments,
hours a week.
emailing attachments. At any rate, those are my comments.
Thank you. Very well.
Thank
All right.
Thank you.
Next
Thank
is
you,
Ms.
Crystal.
Karen Carey.
I don't have a lot to say, but other than, thank you for supporting me and getting Kimberly. She's, in the short time that I have had her, she's more than qualified. She certainly has stepped up to the pump and she's been good. And she had asked to, job shadow, to even see if she wanted to.
Kathy asked the same
Now,
thing.
I didn't ask where she lived or anything, but
Oh my
I
God.
really,
Another
I
line,
really
like
did.
a compass coach.
I've known Kimberly since she was little, and I know her parents from church, so it's not like I just met Kimberly.
So then you do
Like
know
the
she's.
guy
So,
that
yeah,
gave
yeah.
her
Because
$500
Yeah.
for the tree.
Please,
Yeah.
just let her
It
talk.
I don't
doesn't
know that
matter.
guy.
And I just can't, well, there's just so much, but I got sick, and that's why I'm leaving. And a lot of what's bantering around in this room is what has caused it, and I'm getting out. And I'm certainly sorry that I had to end my 16-year this way, but goodbye, good luck, and God bless you all on this board.
Karen,
Thank you, Karen.
Karen,
Next
would
is
you
Anidra Lewis.
can I ask a question?
And no, public comment and discussion is over.
No, he only wants
Anidra
his
Lewis.
friend's thought.
Okay, Craig got to talk,
All right,
okay.
I got something to say. There are so many accusations and so many statements flying around, it's hard to keep track. And, quite frankly, a lot of the people who, these loud, boisterous voices, I really don't care about their personal opinion of me. They don't,
Of course you don't.
it's not that important to me.
You don't care about us.
Okay, but one of the things that I do care about is process, and I try to follow the process, even when it makes me look bad.
Even when you had a meeting in
And-
your office?
When people can't come to a meeting and be mature, and they just gotta keep violating decorum and shouting out because they think in their little childish minds that the louder I am and the more upset I am, the more right I am. But a long time ago, I learned that raising your voice doesn't make you more right.
No, put you in jail, doesn't it, Terry?
And,
Some people just can't.
see what I mean? And this is coming from an individual who was running for office, who has been disgraced in her job, who was former people that she
has
wasn't
had to
working
sit
with, she was
through-
working around.
She has had to sit through meetings where you
And-
violate laws over and over and over.
So
You wanna
Listen.
engage with
Point
me,
of
call
order.
me names, we'll engage.
I'm tired of hearing her voice.
Right. And the fact that these people have run off at least 2 members of
These
township
people?
government is annoying. But I'm not the kind of guy to run off, even though I was
Every
quit a
criminal
long
I
time
ever took
ago.
a confession from cried during the
So-
confession.
Of course not, you just work for who you
They were
hire.
so-
And,
Point of order.
thank you, I'm sorry, point of order.
Oh, and you too. They both work for him.
But, again, if I'm loud and I talk over people, then they'll believe that I'm the one that's right. And that's what we got, it's a childish behavior, and I hope that everybody notices it. And,
Freeman.
but the rest of the stuff is just nonsense. I had a great trip to Cambodia.
You sure you did, you had a month off, Terry, and the law says you can collect taxes too. You guys wanna hire a treasurer, but you know what?
You
You,
just
by
can't
law,
stop,
can
can I?
collect taxes.
See what I'm saying?
sign
I
the
think
checks?
you owe, I think, and
Motion
you,
to
and I
adjourn,
think you
Jim.
owe.
Just pay attention to her behavior, cause when a person lets you know who they are, you know.
I know, Terry.
Jim?
I've
All
sat next to
600 of them.
this lady for 8 years now, and 2 years prior to that. We are gonna miss you. You've been a great treasurer, lots of knowledge. There's lots of people running for different positions. I wish them all well, no matter what they say and how they say it. Remember, we're only one vote. Each one of us here tonight are only one vote. Think out when you vote, think about yourselves and thank this lady for her job very much. Thank you.
All right. This
Move to
time,
adjourn.
we're adjourned by Jim. We're
I
adjourned.
second.
Seconded by Karen. Thank you, Bill. We are adjourned at 6:57.
That man down at the end of my road looked remarkably like you, Terry, with the little handlebar mustache.
You know what?
and all that on.
I think it's really interesting that you happen to catch the person stealing your signs, not once, but twice, on opposite sides of the township. It's
Twice?
almost
Who
like
said
it was
twice?
staged.
Who said twice? I didn't say that.
It's almost like it was staged.
Who said that, Terry? Who said twice?
I didn't say that.
I saw you in the truck.
I know you
You
don't
didn't see me in a truck ever. You have never seen me in a truck.
But am I going to,
And the fact that you can lie like that is insane.
Looking forward to it.
Listen, you have never seen me in a truck. Never.
No, that's a lie, I have a picture. I do have you in John's truck, and working at John's.
When was that? When was
Would you
it?
like the picture?
Just give me a date. Come on, when was it?
Well, Summer Johnson is not
It was a
Tammy
while
Ludi,
ago,
so.
and she's pulling up her stupid signs that are placed illegally in the side of the road and on state property.
Muddling through, huh?
How did you know where they were?
I just wanted to say hello, meet you.
Watched him blatantly bully.
I wanted to say hello and meet you. I'm Kimberly.
Oh, I'm very pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm meeting to make my way to your house. My daughter.
The filing deadline was before.
That's interesting, getting out of a truck. Said he's never been in a
Remember
truck.
that?
Say about,
Anything,
just send it to the letter to say what he said.
August 7th, 2023.
Oh, is that when you were stalking John and then went to court for stalking and then got
you mean when I
accused
got
of
a
assault?
Oh, assault?
I'm just trying to.
What is it for?
I don't know. You got probation
What is
for
it
it.
for?
So
What
you
is it
tell me
for?
what it was for.
What is assault for?
You assaulted someone, they took you to court, they
Oh,
won.
no, I didn't assault, I didn't even touch her. But thank you.
Okay. Court says otherwise.
So are you talking about the, when she,
Vehicle with
vehicular
her son
assault
in it.
against mine?
With her son in it.
Demerits, that's all.
I know.
Hi, Marge.
Freaking faith.
But you do
Christians is what they are. That's why people
I'm gonna watch it.
don't like Christians.
Go to church every day, pretend to be a Christian, and then you tell
That's
me
you
that I'm not a
every Saturday.
Christian?
Yes,
You
Okay.
stalking John?
excuse
is
me?
probably why you have a picture of me in the truck.
I pretend to
Right.
be.
But your
Getting
legal
proof of his
proceedings have
license
nothing to
And
do with
bullies
Of his
and
license?
intimidates
She has
another
not
board
seen
member
me in
to almost
truck.
tears.
A
Is that
picture is still
Christian?
obscene.
I watched it.
And stalking,
Well, thank you
it
for
was
coming
getting
down
proof
here.
of his illegal activities, thank you. And by the way, you working at his residence,
Put it in your nose.
and a knee-jerk getting
So,
paid
Are you
$5
still on
grand?
probation?
Huh?
Are you still on probation?
What does it matter?
I'm just asking.
what is that your
You can look it
business?
up on the court records.
What is that your
Look it up.
business, Terry?
Terry, weren't you on probation one time in the Veterans Court?
I was, I've been on probation a couple times.
You're judging me when your own
What you
son
got?
has
I just
multiple
asked a
issues?
question.
Are you stalking my husband now by bringing
No.
up his son?
No, it's.
I'll
it's
let your
research.
probation officer
What are
know
you
that
gonna do,
you're.
send me a fake,
you know.
find a
You know.
random lawyer that just got his license and send me
Nope,
something?
Tammy Ludi knows all about my lawyer. She got a couple letters
Yeah?
for defamation.
And look where
of
they went.
character.
Talking about that,
Look
do
where
you?
it went.
Yeah, look
No
where it
way.
went.
They're
It
running.
went where it needed to
She
go.
changed her
She
comment on
redacted the
Facebook,
lie.
so that meant she agreed that she was in the wrong. And that's all that I needed.
Tamer and a liar. And yes, continue on. And also, you're a Trump hater, and how you even had the gall to run as a Republican blows my mind. But
What
that's
does
a
that have
different
to do
issue.
with anything?
She's not a Republican, but she lied and put it herself on the ballot.
We're locking up
Go back
everybody
to
needs to
Gladwin.
leave.
Thank you.
No, I could be anywhere in this state I want to be, Terry. Anywhere.
Yeah, I know, you can. I just recommended you go back to Gladwin.
Any meeting I want.
Yeah, you can. Even aliens can go to any public meeting.
Well, last I knew, God created me, so I'm not an alien. And as far as evil,
and deceivers, they will be exposed.
Yes, they do. They get exposed. There is no hell. You should have learned about that when you went to church with us.
Are you the reporter guy?
Travis,
Yeah,
where
that went to fun, didn't it?
John and Gloria are
If you would
going.
like to have a sit-down interview
Okay.
with me at any time,
He
so
came
at your
to my
discretion.
Well, I wanted to
house,
say, you know,
uninvited.
Teresa, is that right?
Yes,
Teresa
that was-
And where did he tell you they were going?
Ontario.
Ask him.
Oh, yes.
I want you to tell me what he said and then I'll ask him.
There's only two Teresas.
Okay.
Give me your number,
He
so.
came to my house uninvited.
Okay, good
And
for
I just
you.
live up the road if you want to stop and hit me at the
Okay,
house.
good for
Or
you.
you want me to come to your office?
They make house calls sometimes to check on the souls of our people. It's okay.
Not a lot of contact.
I'm at the church also.
Okay, well, that's awesome. So you're actually a voter too. But I'll tell you this, I'm gonna be me. I'm not
And I
trying
have
to
learned
impress you.
that I do not want
I want
to
to
go
get you
to
the
the
facts.
Seventh-day Adventist church
And that's your right.
because of the evil and the
These
deception.
people are literally out of
Okay,
their
that you
mind.
bring in, but okay.
Okay. This allegation that I'm driving around in a truck, one, I don't have a truck. I don't.
We don't even know anybody who owns a black
The only time I've been in a
truck.
truck is in a guy named John. Right? And Tammy Lou didn't see me there. It was her stalker, Summer Johnson, who got charged with stalking. But, so that's, and plus I wouldn't do that. I didn't even pull up any of my recall Terry signs when they were illegally placed all over the township, which I should have done as supervisor, but I didn't see that as being right. People have a right to say whatever outlandishness they want. But when it starts becoming literal.
Is that like when you said you would step down, when somebody else would step in and take the
Yeah, if it was
position?
somebody better than Art, I would have.
That's not what you
That's
said.
not what you
I said a
said.
qualified person. I don't feel Art's
And you
qualified.
deem to be the one to
Please, this is an A-B conversation. See your way out. I'm at your grade level
I'm
now.
C. I'm C.
Jimmy Cricket.
Don't like being called out on the garbage.
That's where you can do. You know, there has to be some reward for being a good person, just talking to them. I mean, I would have pulled that for you.
But I did want to meet you because I mean, I had to
She listened and she lives 30 days from
Good. Where are you a nurse at?
I
You did have one actually. You remember,
Yep.
question though.